When people choose to travel to far countries, like for example, coming to the United Kingdom, they do so for 5 main reasons. One of the reasons is to visit and return back to their countries. The second reason is to come and study and go back to their countries. The third reason is to come and attend maybe services, like including healthcare service, and then return back to their countries. Another reason, which is very common, is to come and work. And maybe through that employment, they can find a way out to either settle here or return back to their countries. And the last reason is to settle in the UK. Now, whether you're coming to visit, you're coming to study, you're coming to seek services, or you're coming to settle here, there are different types of visas which are there and available for each type of that particular visa standard that you want. Sadly, as these things are made on the UK government website, it requires someone with legal knowledge to understand them very well so they can know the differences. Most people don't. So what most people do is to look for the quick way to come to the UK. Today, I want to address issue that relates to those low-level migrants. I mean, low-income earners who are traveling to the UK and mainly for the purpose of settling down. People who come to the UK, a lot of them have clear avenues to come and settle down. Either they're coming through marriage or they're coming through family connection. Maybe he's a child of someone who's been here and settled, or if he's maybe a child who is over 18 years old, but the parents are here and they're settled. So it's an easy, straight way. Others don't have that kind of luxury. So what do? They come up with ideas of coming in the disguise of coming as a visitor, but in the back, they want to come and settle now. This is the kind of people I want to talk about today. And my main talk today is to find out if the authorities can find a way to make this immigration clear, straightforward, such that when someone tells the truth, then he gets the right visa that he needs to have or she needs to have to come to the UK. It's very clear that from my own way of thought, which is available for you to actually challenge, I think sometimes the immigration rules are a bit, just not too much, but they are a bit discriminatory, because they discriminate on someone who hasn't got the funds, and that's the person I want to talk about today. Now, someone who has not got enough funds in his own country and wants to visit the UK to do some of the jobs that normally a British citizen would not do, so that he or she can improve his or her lifestyle and return back to their country, normally would not be given that opportunity if he tells the truth. So what happened is, he is forced or she is forced to do the unthinkable, do the wrong way, and come to the UK the wrong way. Come through a visit visa, knowing clearly that once he arrives here, is a one-way ticket. I wish the UK authorities would make changes such that their changes can make avenues for people of low income to come to the United Kingdom, work, make a bit of some money, and go back to their countries, even if they will put restrictions on such kind of entries to the UK, so that these people can just come genuinely for working and return back to their countries. The absence of a clear way of these people gaining avenue to come to the UK the right way, most people are forced to use the wrong way. And I have seen people dying in the ocean. I have seen people dying crossing the deserts from Africa to Middle East so that they can make their way here. I've seen people dying trying to come on the undercarriageway of the aircraft to come into the United Kingdom. I've also seen people separated from their families. is not such a nice thing to think about. When the people arrive here, they are being triggered or treated as criminals, which is a very painful thing as well to see. Someone has escaped a war-torn country, come to the UK, and is being treated like a criminal, simply because he or she came the wrong way. I wish the UK authorities could look again into their policies, because in the right sense, nobody again in the right sense of mind will leave their home when they are very comfortable and come to a country where they absolutely know nobody and nothing about, and make that country their home, even risk their lives, including doing unthinkable things to stay in the United Kingdom. Absolutely nobody do that if they are comfortable in their country. And get this clear. I don't want anyone to think that I'm advocating for people to come to the UK the wrong way, but I'm also advocating for those people who have already arrived in the UK the wrong way to get some form of leniency, to get them some form of right passage, to get them status, to get them some form of understanding from the authorities that they are also human beings. I'm advocating for that mother who left his country so that sympathy can be seen and the Home Office can have sympathy upon them. I'm advocating for that person who was a very senior person in his country of origin, came to this country because of some political reasons, and now he's been reduced to doing some very useless jobs in this country. So some leniency can be seen upon him, so that sympathy can be found for him. I'm advocating for, by the way, if you look at the immigrants who have come into the UK, we have a wealth of knowledge within them. We have a lot of experiences within them. We've got doctors, we've got nurses, we've got lawyers, we've got engineers, we've got pilots, we've got military people, we've got people with expertise that Britain will need. If only they can be sympathetic to their situations, and they can be understanding to their need of coming to the UK, and they can grant them some form of leniency and sympathy, that they can be given some right to stay in the United Kingdom, so that Britain can harvest some of the wealth they have. And some of them that do not have any form of academic backgrounds still can be used in the agricultural work programs. They can be used in the menial labor sectors. They can be used in the transport sectors. They can be used somewhere. I am advocating for sympathy to those who have arrived in the UK the wrong way, and those who wish to come to the UK so that they can be given a chance in life. I want to make things very clear. I want to make this thing extremely as clear as possible, that I do not advocate for illegal migration. However, we need to understand a few things behind that legal migration. And as long as we do not understand the reasons behind illegal migration and address those reasons, we will never stop illegal migration. I'd like the world to understand that people are not happy risking their lives crossing the channels, or rather crossing the sea and the oceans, crossing the deserts to come to the UK for fun. People do not risk their life to travel as stowaways. Those who do not know what stowaway is, that the stowaway is someone who goes underneath the aircraft in the compartments where they carry either luggages or where the aircraft wheels are folded into. And those places are extremely cold. Remember, this flight goes up to 30,000 feet above the sea level. And some of you who are air crews, flight attendants, or people who fly, and you know that those places can be extremely cold at those altitudes, you will understand and agree with me that is not a comfortable way of travel. People leave their families back home. People leave their children as young as 2 months old to run to the United Kingdom. People leave their parents, and when they get to the United Kingdom, they have to pretend that these parents are dead, just so that they can get away to live and stay in the United Kingdom. I do not advocate for illegal migration. However, I advocate for the world to understand the reasons behind this illegal migration and address these reasons so that we do not have more lives lost again through illegal migration. It's a pity when I see children dying in the oceans. It's a pity when I see people dropping off an aircraft and dead. It's a pity when I see people coming to the UK and they came through the illegal